You're all waiting for Logos. I am sure that is the mood, but we cannot break the journey of Bhagwan Mahavir's life moving forward, right? We want Bhagwan Mahavir to liberate and then bless us all with this whole big Jain Sangh which has come up because of the Keval Gyan of Bhagwan Mahavir. So we'll move forward with the story of Bhagwan Mahavir a little bit and see what happens with his life. So in our last, in yesterday's session, I mentioned that there is Panch Kalyanak, and which is the first one? Chevan. And with the Chevan, there is conception of the soul of Bhagwan Mahavir. So here, Bhagwan Mahavir comes and gets conceived in who is the mother of Bhagwan Mahavir? There is Trishna, but Devananda is considered to be the first mother of Bhagwan Mahavir. Now again there are two traditions. Some believe that this is not the case. There is nothing like Garbha Sangharan. It is all a later addition. And other traditions believe that this did happen. So here it is Rishabdat and Devananda, and it is a Brahmin family. Now, if we go by this theory, then we'll have to explore all the past lives of Bhagwan to see why the story is important, and that I will go into tomorrow. So the tomorrow's topic for Bhagwan Mahavir's life is me and my shadow. So we'll explore the shadow part of Bhagwan Mahavir and how Bhagwan Mahavir himself was. So today, we'll just explore a little bit of how the Indra, when he realizes that Jina is about to conceive or is conceived and is in the Devananda's Kukshi, how he reveres Bhagwan Mahavir. So how many of you are familiar with Namothonam? We all do in Pratikraman. And what is it called? Shakra Stuti. Shakra means Indra. So it is believed that even Indra does revere Bhagwan Mahavir. So Logos is a reverence of all 24 jinas, and today you will know that it is not only a reverence of all 24 jinas but more than that. Shakra Stuti is again a reverence to the jina, but with its own beauty, that it is Indra who chooses this Namothunam to revere Bhagwan anytime he thinks of Bhagwan. So the way it goes is Namothunam Arhantanam Bhagavantanam. So whom is the first word which Indra chooses to refer to Bhagwan is Arahant. Namothunam. After Namothunam he says Arhantanam. Why Arahant? Sorry? Yes?
Liberate.
I can't hear you, sorry.
Liberate.
Arhant is not liberated soul. Yes, at the back.
He's got a body, but he's going to get it is all decided.
Yes, so yes, Bharti sir.
Arahants are still present and they can guide you.
Exactly. So yes.
As I understood it, the Arihant is the precursor to final Nirvana.
Yes, so yes to all the answers. Now, the essence of this is the Arhant are the leaders of Jain congregation. We call it Jain, but they are the leaders of the spiritual path, the path of liberation. So Siddha Bhagwan are there. There are many, many Siddhas, but they have all gone and they don't interact with this world. There are many times people come and say, so like Arhant, when we say we have liberation, we are selfish, right? We don't want to come back and take care of the world. So Arhant should stay here forever and help everyone to get liberated. And I ask a question. If Arhant Bhagwan comes here today and says, okay, I'm going to liberate you, join me, how many of you are ready? नहीं, घर पे थोड़ा काम बाकी है ना. अभी बच्चों का टेक केयर करने का कमिटमेंट है संडे को, एंड देन मंडे समथिंग एल्स. Only Samvatsari day is completely open because we knew that is Samvatsari, right? So there is this, the point is when we say that Bhagwan should stay here forever to liberate all of us, are we all ready to liberate ourselves? चलो यहाँ तो अपन पर्यूषण मनाने बैठे तो we are sure those who come here are for this purpose of spiritual growth. There are many souls who don't even have a sense of freeing themselves, not about, forget about the liberation. जन्म मरण का तो छोड़ो, इस जन्म में जो हुआ है उसको भी छोड़ने की जो सोच है कि can I get rid of my past baggage, even that thought is not there. How will liberation come? So in Buddhism there is a concept that there is Bodhisattva. Buddha is going to come back again and again and again and again until all liberate. But do you think it will be ever possible? So again, as per Jain philosophy, there are two kinds of souls, Bhavya and Abhavya. Bhavya are those who have the capacity to liberate. Abhavya do not, it's not capacity in the sense they don't have the potency of it. Like, there are different kinds of rocks. There are some stones which is useful for creating pratima. There are some stones is good for construction of buildings. There are some which is not useful for that even. So there is many material which is not fit for our purpose. So there are some souls who do not have such a potency itself. And even those who have the potency, many of them are still in the sleeping state. So are you Bhavya or Abhavya? Why do you have silence? You're celebrating Paryushan, right? With the confidence that अभी 8 दिन में आगे बढ़ना है कि नहीं बढ़ना है? Where are you heading to? Liberation, of course. You are here, even in London, celebrating Paryushan. Have confidence in yourself. If you don't have confidence, it's not going to come to you. This is true. Many times we think we cannot do it and we stop ourselves from doing it. But the moment you don't question yourself, you'll do anything and everything. I'll give you one simple example. In US, we used to teach meditation. There was even courses of meditation, and we used to guide meditation to students. American students, they have no idea of what Jainism is or what India is and what Indian culture is and Atma and Sharir, nothing. When they did meditation, they didn't question whether this is going to happen or not. So when we guided them through Kayotsarg and said the body is Bhin and Atma is Bhin, after the session was over, there were few students who said, yes, I could feel myself floating outside the body. Why? They didn't question that it is not possible or possible. They didn't think it is going to happen tomorrow. Liberation is going to happen tomorrow or today. It is going to happen today. If it doesn't happen today, it will not happen tomorrow. So if I'm able to drop few things of my baggage, even today, you are liberated. So Namo Siddhanam is not for tomorrow. It is for now. Acharya Tulsi and Acharya Mahaprabhu used to very clearly say, the religion which doesn't help today will not help you tomorrow. So if it cannot help me make better today, it will not help me make my future better. But again, it doesn't mean कि मैं 1 महीने से 1 साल से नमो अनंताणम every day बोलती हूँ, nothing is happening. Where is the problem? The problem is the medicine needs to be that intense, that concentrated as per our disease. Neeta यहाँ पे है, she gives us doses, right? And then she says, Samniji, 1 time, twice, thrice, depending on the problem. So कभी-कभी कहते हैं कि भाई ये 2 दवाई ले लो. हम कहते हैं कि नहीं हमको 1 से ही काम चल जाएगा. Because we don't want to take medicines, we usually avoid it. And then says, no, you have to take that much of dose. Why? Depending on the need, the disease intensity, you'll have to apply the medicine. So similarly here, when we are trying to practice any spiritual path, any spiritual practice, Have faith. It is just the need is that needs to get more concentrated and more concentrated. Concentration का मतलब क्या हुआ? How do you define that it's got concentrated? If I sit in Naukar mantra, I've been doing it for a whole year, and now I had some stressful thought. I just close my eyes, say it. Do I get connected within few moments? Does it at least help me take a pause? Then it is getting effective. So try to use your sadhana in your life. Sadhana, we all do it. We all do it in different degree and different ways. But if you apply it, so that is the reason why Arhant Bhagwan, when we look into his journey as well, when he accomplished his sadhana, how long did he take? 12.5 years. So he took 12.5 years to get Keval Gyan, and even to reach to the life of Mahavir Swami. How many lives did Bhagwan Mahavir have? 27, right? But 27 are those lives which he are counting, which are after he received Samyak Drishti. But even before that, many, which means infinite life births. And even of those 27, he went to hell for twice. He was a Tiryansh one time. 10 times he went to Devlok, and 14 times Bhagwan became a human being. So imagine, even the Arhant Bhagwan, which is our ideal here today, had to go through that journey, because the journey is never like a clean slate. Sometimes they move up, sometimes there could be a fallback. But as long as we are aware that I need to get up again and start, that awareness is there, you will never ever stop. Then we accomplish the journey. So Namo Siddhanam means to keep trying, keep going. And of course, this is the second day. We still have few more days to reach furthermore towards liberation. Om. Already know, has written books on it. So naturally, her expertise and her knowledge, and of course her sadhana as well of it, is wonderful. And we are blessed to have her leading us through this workshop. So, Vandami Kusumpriya Swamiji.
उपस्थित भाई और बहनों, चूँकि आज हम 24 तीर्थंकरों की स्तुति के बारे में जानेंगे, तो प्रारंभ भी हम इसी से कर रहे हैं। 65 या छंद आप लोग सब जानते होंगे, और बहुत सारे लोग इसकी साधना भी करते हैं। बहुत लोग इसका यंत्र है ना, ये लिखते भी हैं। मैं भी एक समय था जब 65 एक दिन में लिखती थी, 65, 64, 1 से शुरू किया 65 तक, फिर 65 से 1 तक, और 50 कॉपियाँ भरी होगी। अभी मैं थोड़ा कम लिखती हूँ, लेकिन बहुत पावरफुल है 65 या यंत्र भी। तो इससे हम आज का कार्यक्रम शुरुआत करेंगे।